Let's take a look at the various ways to unbend geometry to get to a flattened state in a sheet metal model. And I have a part here, and we've got bent geometry created by a variety of different methods. For example, I have an extruded wall in here. Also taking a look in the model tree, I have some flange walls created. I've got flat walls. I've got some of them mirrored. We've got a few different form features and some bends also created in here. So again, a variety of different methods in which we have our bent geometry created. One tool that you could use is the unbend command. And if you click on the unbend command, by default, it unbends all geometry. And here you can see a preview of how it would look flattened. Let's hit the check mark in here. And what you'll notice is that we have our flattened geometry. We have some of our different bend notes visible on the computer screen, but you'll notice that the forms were not affected. So let's delete our unbend feature. And to take care of the forms, we can go to the drop-down menu from the form command, and here we have Flatten Form, and by default, it's going to flatten all the forms in the model. Doesn't matter if they are in different features. And we can hit the check mark. And so now we have our flatten form. And then we can go to the unbend command again and hit the check mark. And now this time everything is flattened by using these two different features. So that's one way to go. Let's delete those. Actually, before I delete them, there's one thing I want to show in here. Let's say I decided to throw in another wall in here now. Let's choose create a flat wall. When you have an unbend feature, you are able to create the flat wall in other different states. And you'll notice that it's just appended after here in the model. So again, it treats the unbend feature as it's just a regular sheet metal feature. It allows you to do whatever you want afterwards. Let's delete these last three features. And now I'm going to take a look at the flat pattern feature. And when we choose to create a flat pattern feature, again, we get the preview, and I will hit the check mark. And you'll notice that the flat pattern in this case took care of the forms. I did not have to create a flatten form feature, and the flat pattern took care of it. Now, what some people do is that they have the flat pattern feature here in the model, and they will suppress it and then create a family table, and one instance of the family table, the fully formed instance, will have the feature suppressed, and the fully flat instance will have it resumed. I find that kind of messy. I really don't like having a family table for a simple sheet metal part, and I'll show you in a moment the way to take care of that starting in Creo Parametric 5.0 and later. But let's resume our flat pattern feature, and let's say I wanted to add in another wall like before. Let's put in a flat wall, and when I start to create the flat wall, you'll notice that we get our model back into the fully formed state, and let's select an edge on which we're going to place it, and I'm just going to change this to a nicer looking value. And I'm happy with my wall, so I can hit the check mark or the middle mouse button. And as soon as the feature is placed into the model, the flat pattern is brought back. The flat pattern feature is special in that it's always the last feature in the model. If you create any other features, the flat pattern will automatically be reordered to the end. But again, I don't find this the best way to handle flattened models. And really, I don't think that people should be putting flat states in their drawings if they're letting their sheet metal manufacturers take care of that. And let's get rid of this last feature in here. The way that I recommend that you do it starting in Creo Parametric 5.0 is that you use the flat pattern preview. And here in the little accessory window, which you can resize, you can bring it up, make it bigger. You can zoom in, zoom out, spin all around, look at it at various orientations. And in the InGraphics toolbar in the flat pattern preview window, you have a bunch of different commands in here. So for example, this one shows you the bounding box. Not sure why you would want that. Here you can create an instance, again going with the family table, but this is my preferred method, creating a representation. And this will use part level simplified reps for managing that flattened state. And so that way we can click the Create button. And here we have our model. If I go to my View Manager, here we have the Simplified Rep tab, and here is the simplified rep for the part level that was created for my flat state. And if you were doing a drawing, you could choose to change the active model to a rep, in this case the flat SMT flat rep, and then create drawing views using this, again, if you so desired, wanting to create drawing views in the flattened state. If you are going to do them, they should just be reference views. Again, let the experts, let your sheet metal manufacturers figure out how to flatten, how to bend, and how to make the parts. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more information, please visit www.creowindshield.com. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, please click the subscribe button to be informed when new videos are uploaded. Thank you very much.